All right, guys, so here we are. We just completed Chapter 5, Case 2, and we're going to get ready to start Chapter 5, Case 3. First thing to do is to get back to our dashboard. So here is our dashboard. As you can see, we are on Case 2. We need to change this to Case 3 because that's where we're getting ready to start. So we have Case 03, name, and save. Now, case 3, something we got to remember with case 3 is our sales taxes should be in 100% effect in case 3, and that's as a result of in week 3 or chapter 3, we set them up to turn on a certain date. That date was December 31st, 2019. So for all of the year 2020 that we're going to be in today, we should have our state sales tax being accounted for. With that, it probably will come through with some not problems or errors, but numbers that are going to be different than the book if it gives us any totals in the book. Now, looking at the chapter or the case 3, it doesn't look like it gives us any totals, which is good. That means that the fact that the tax rate changed from 10% when the book was written down to 8% won't affect necessarily what the book is telling us to do or how it should have acted. All right, so I'm going to exit out of this, or I'm actually going to hit done to make sure my change is saved. It says case 3. I'm ready to start. So case 3, transaction number 1 says add a new vendor, Google Incorporated. So to go to a new vendor, we're going to go to expenses, vendor, new vendor, Google Incorporated. Now I'm going to select the one that's there. I'm going to use my own. The address for this is going to be 1600 Amphitheater Parkway, and that is in Mountain View, California. Zip code is going to be 94043. 94043. Got to fix Parkway or that'll bug me. And it says Amphitheater spelled wrong. T-H-I-T. Did I spell that wrong? T-H-I-T. I'm going to trust that it did. All right, Parkway. The terms is the only important thing I need to know after that, and it is net 15. Net 15 is selected. I can save. Number 1 is done. Number 2 says add a new vendor, Samsung Incorporated. So I'm going to go to new vendor, Samsung Incorporated. And the address to that is 105 Challenger Road, 105 Challenger Road, the city, Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. And the zip code is 07660. The terms is going to be net 15. Good to go. Save. Number 3 says add a new vendor, Staples Incorporated. Now, if you remember, I believe we already added Staples Incorporated. Let me check. I'm 99% sure we did. We didn't. So we added in case 2 Staples. So this is Staples Incorporated. So when you go through to make changes and things like that, make sure you know that Staples, the vendor Staples, is for case 2, and the vendor Staples Incorporated is for case 3. New vendor, Staples Incorporated. Don't know why the book can get a little bit more creative. And that is 101 Main Street. San Diego, California zip code is 92600. Terms for number 3 is net 30. Select net 30. Good to go. Save. Now, number 4 says modify Apple Inc. It's an existing vendor. The name should be Apple Computers Incorporated, or Inc., and the address changed. And the terms is net 15. So Apple Inc. needs to change. So I'm going to come down here to Apple Inc. I'm going to click on it. It's going to tell me what all it's about. I'm going to click Edit. And this Apple Inc. I'm going to change it to Apple Computer Inc. Street address is 1 Infinity Loop. City and address, zip codes in there. Term is net 50. Oh, telling me that your latest video is being uploaded. Your terms is net 15. Yep. Oh, no. Yep, it's right. Excuse me. Net 15. I was right. So we can click Save, and Apple Computer has been updated. All right. Number 5 says add a new account, category credit card, detail type credit card, name Amex. Don't know why they couldn't be creative and use a different one like MasterCard. We're going to chart of accounts. And we're going to go to new. It's going to be a credit card. Credit card name is AMEX, and it's all caps just like the other one. So I'm going to hit save, and it's going to tell me I can't name it because there's already one named that. So it's Amex space case 2, or actually case 3, excuse me, and save and close. Number 6 says add a new account category, other current assets, detail type, other current assets, name, supplies, asset, and this is going to be the third one in the series. Other current assets, other current assets, supplies, assets, case 3, save. All right. Number 7, add a new taxable product. So we're going to go to a new product. So sales, products and services. It's a taxable product. I'm going to assume it's an inventory product. I'm sure it probably tells me that if I would just finish reading it. Taxable product name, sales, purchase information, Samsung Note. Samsung Note. Initial quantity on hand 0. As of, does it give me an as of date? Nope. So it's going to be 1/01, should say 01/2020, because that is the third year for the third case. That's the year for the third case is 2020. All of that year. And the rest of the information, because case 3 is always different when it comes to these things. I skipped one. I skipped number 7, which no big deal. I'm just going to go right here, and it's not Samsung Note. That's the one for 8. This one is Samsung Galaxy 8. Samsung Galaxy 8. Inventory assets. Sales price is $450. Cost is $350. $450. Cost $350. Income account is sales of product income. That's already selected. Expenses, cost of goods sold. Use your current system date as the as of date, which I'm telling you you can't do, because if you do that, you can't add inventory in after the date. So if we use today's current date, when we go to add inventory, it's going to be in 2020. So you could for case 3. You definitely couldn't for case 1 or case 2. Case 2, 2019, I guess you could, but why do the cases all differently? Your as of date, whenever you're starting off with 0 quantity on hand, is going to be the first day of the year that you're working in. So we're working in 2020, so it's going to be January 1st, 2020. That's it. We know it's going to be taxable, so we're going to save and close. Now product date is a new Samsung Note. New inventory product. Samsung Note. I have 0 on hand. As of date is going to be 0/0/2020. Inventory asset is the account. Sales price is $850 and $650. $850. Cost is $650. Income account is sales of product. Yep. And the expense account is cost of goods sold. Use your current system date as the as of date. Not doing it. It is taxable though, because it says as a taxable product. Add a taxable product. All right, saved. Number 9 says record a new purchase order. Purchase order 1,000 for products on 1/6/20. To do a purchase order, we're going to go to the create button. We're going to go under vendors to purchase order. The date is 1/6/20. Change this 1/6/20. And the vendor is going to be Google Inc. Google Inc. And we are going to purchase the Pixel at 10 of them. Product, the Pixel. Quantity is 10, $4,000. It says this should be purchase order 1001. We know it won't be because the book says this is a new case. Everything should start over, but it's not. It's going to be a continuation because we're using one QuickBooks account to put these 3 different companies in there. So when we hit save, we're going to see this now going to say 1001. So we're going to save right there. Look, 1005. How do we know? All right, number 10 says record a new purchase order for products on 1/7/20. So I'm going to exit, create purchase order, the date 1/7/20. Vendor is Samsung Inc. There we go, Samsung Inc. Product 1 is the Galaxy 8 at 5. Galaxy 8. There's 5. Product 2 is the Note at 8. All right. That's at the 7th. All right, we're good to go. We're going to hit save. Now, if you're entering a bunch of purchase orders, you can click this drop-down menu right here and select Save Anew. And now every time that you get to the screen, it'll be Save Anew. Save and close is a way to just save what you did and close down and go back to whatever screen you were on. Save and send is the most common because you're going to put the customer's email address in here and or a mailing address. I mean, it could be either. And you're going to hit send. And if it's an email address, it's going to email it to them. Just shoot it to them in an email based on your settings that you have set up for your email preferences. And if it's a customer address, physical address, then it's going to print it off. it would change to save and print versus save and send. But that's number 10. Number 11 says record a new bill. So a new bill, I want to exit here. Do you want to leave without saving? Oh, shoot, no, I forgot to save. I'm going to hit save. Purchase order 1006. Now I'm going to hit this exit. And create a bill. That's what number 11 wants you to do. Based on purchase order 1001, dated 1/6, vendor Google. Now, we don't know that it's purchase order 1001 because the purchase orders aren't exactly the right number. But we do know the date is 1/6/20 and the vendor's Google. So if I, new bill, vendor, Google, it brings up all of the purchase orders here. January 6th, that's it. I'll hit add. The bill date is going to be the 6th. The terms is net 15. That's already set up for me there. Nice and neat. All items ordered were received on the 10th of the month. And it's just the pixel. So we should be able to go to good, save or save and new. Depends on if I'm going to do it over again. Number 12 says record a new bill too. So I'm going to click save and new. Save and new. Here we are already. It says record a new bill without a purchase order on 1/8/20. So new bill 1/8/20. New vendor is new press. Drop down, add new. New, is it new or news? I don't get it wrong. It's news press. Details, and this vendor is net 15. Terms, net 15. Save. New bill without a purchase order. Advertising amount for $1,300. Account. Drop down. Advertising. $1,300. 1/8/20. I have a bill after that, so I'm going to click Save and New. And final bill I'm going to be recording is going to be record a new bill without a purchase order for 1/10/20. So I'm going to change the date to 1/10/20. New vendor is Hathaway Insurance. Terms is net 15. Save. Account 1, insurance amount 300. Drop down, looking for insurance as an expense. There it is. The amount was 300. Oh, not 3,000. And it looks like the second 2 is prepaid expense amount of 3,300. Prepaid expense is under current assets. 3,300. There we go, 3,600 total. And that's for the 10. Yep. Always confirm your dates at the end. I always, at the beginning and at the end of the transaction. That way you don't mess that up. If you mess that up, then your numbers are going to be way off and it's going to be really hard to find them because some reports, depending on the date of the reports and the range of the reports, they might be right. So I'm going to click Save. I don't have one after that, so I don't need to open up a new one. I exit that out and back on my dashboard. 14 says pay bill due to Apple Computers on 1/18/20. So I'm going to go to this little create, pay bill, payment account is checking 3. If you only have one checking account, then it would be your one checking account, but we have 3. So it's going to be checking account 3. Payment date is going to be 1/18/20. using the checking account and starting with check number 321. Starting check 321. All right. And pay bill due to Apple Computers Incorporated. So I select right here. That's the bill I want to pay. It's the only one we have for them. And we'll click Save and Print. All right. This is where I would go to print checks, and it's selecting all the checks I want to print, and then preview and print, yada, yada, yada. But I don't have that because I don't have that set up. Number 15 says record a credit card charge on 1/11/20. Credit card charges are easy, create, and it's going to be an expense, and it is going to be a payee is going to be Village Steakhouse. Village Steakhouse. The date is going to be the 11th. Credit card is Amex. Now it says Amex here, but we know it's not the right one because we have an Amex for case 3. And it's going to go to account meals and entertainment. It's already there, and the amount's going to be $123. So this is literally what was there last time, and it's just trying to help you out in case you have recurring expenses. We don't. 123, and we should be good to save. Oh, payment method, forgot credit card. All right. So if I look at all my recent expenses, I just have one for 123, one for 240, and then one for 1800. Now these are all one for each of the 3 cases we just did. Click off of that. Click out so I don't get anything mixed up. That was number 15. Number 16 says record check on 1/14/20. So I want to go to the checking account to record a check on 1/14/20. Payee is Staples, not Staples Incorporated. So this is where it blows my mind because we, in case 3 here, we created a new company. Number 3, it said Staples Inc., right? So we should be using Staples Inc. in this. For number 16, where it says record a check paid to a vendor, but the vendor just says Staples, not Staples Inc. So, like, that bothers me. I mean, it just should be, like, gosh, better. But I want to see if Staples is was created in. I want to see if Staples was created in case 3, if any case 3. So I'm going to go back to case 3 of week 4 and look. I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. Mainly because if it wasn't, then it's not going to be charging taxes and stuff like that. And they shouldn't be setting up where you're going to use different accounts that we created in different time frames, because that's going to mess everything up. I'm back in week 4 or chapter 4. Added a product. Customer. Invoice, cash payment. Not there. I honestly want to say it was created in case 1 of week 5. It's hard to tell because we changed their start dates all to be the same. Just another minute and then we'll just move on. mean, we had to create it in case 2. Right there it is. This week, case 2, staples. But in case 3, it's telling us to use staples as well. Now, I'm going to override the book where it says use staples, and I'm going to use Staples Inc. because Staples Inc. is the account that we created in case 3. So I'm going to go down until I find Staples Inc. and I'm going to use them. That should be the correct one. Won't count it wrong if you use the wrong one. In all honesty, it'll show up as balances in the right accounts. Except on your transaction detail, it'll tell me what company that you used. But that consistency and that attention to detail is what you need when you are going to be doing bookkeeping and accounting. Your bank account is going to be bank account 3, not 1. The payment date was the 14th. That's already in there, correct. The number is going to be 322. Check number 322. Amount is 327 for supplies asset account. Supplies asset. Supplies asset case 3 to be exact. The amount is 327. And we can hit save and new. All right. So that was the last transaction in week 3. So something we deviated from the book was it told you to use the current system date for all your beginning inventory numbers, which I'm telling you can't do that because the case 1 will not work inputting inventory in when you have your date that you're putting the inventory in is before the date that you created the inventory account. That's the first thing we did differently. And then in case 3, number 15 or number 16, it told us to record the vendor as Staples. But in case 3, we created Staples Inc. So we used the vendor Staples Inc. for number 16 of case 3. I hope that's not too confusing. I know it might sound confusing. It sounded confusing when I just said it. All right, so now we're ready to go to our reporting. And if you set up the reporting, the customized reporting, we're just going to go to reports. If you didn't set up customized reporting, you're going to have to go, you'd be in standard. You're going to go all the way down the bottom. You're going to go to trial balance. And it's just going to give you these generic dates. You're going to change the dates to the specific case year that we're looking at. That case year for case 3 is 12/31 of 2018 through 12/30 of 12/31/2019 to 12/30/2020. That way you have the majority, 99% of year 2020 in your accounts. And if you see when we go back to reports, custom reports, trial balance case 3, these dates pop up, 12/31/2019 to 12/30/2020. If you watch my video there on YouTube on how to set up custom reports, it'll show you all the 3 date ranges and how to set up those custom reports. It'll save you a lot of time, but there's a couple caveats to it, so make sure that you watch that video all the way through so you know what you're getting into. This is my trial balance. I think it's good, so I'm going to export to PDF, and I'm going to save and print it. So here it is saved. I'm going to make it bigger for you so that you can check yours. This is the top half. Pause if you need to. And the bottom half. All right. It's trial balance. Now that that's done, I go back to my report list and I go to my transaction detail by account for case 3. And I'm going to do my export. All right, here is the top. Pause if you need to, so I can scroll down. In week 3, I sent out like PDF versions of these so that you had them to look at. The problem with that is that it's just a lot of moving parts. So if I include this in the video, you guys have them without waiting for me to send. Not only that, but I make sure that you watch the video, or I try to make sure that you guys watch the video before trying to turn in the assignment. So that's that. Meals and entertainment is the last one. That's the top. 123 total. So looking at it again. Looking at it again, this is page 1 of 3 for case 3, week 5. Page 2, top. And page 3 of 3. All right, that's transaction detail by account. All right, guys, that wraps up the videos for chapter 5. All 3 cases are done. If you have any questions or find anything that you think I did wrong, don't hesitate to shoot me an email or give me a text. And look forward to hearing from you guys.